What kind of people do you not respect? The kind who talk but never listen. One of my coworkers screwed me over, and I kicked myself for not seeing the warning signs. Anything you would be speaking about, you could tell she wasn't listening, and just waiting for a slight pause to jump in and talk about herself. God, I hate that. Honestly, she might just be trying to keep the conversation going. I do that often, just to make sure it sounds like I'm keeping up with the conversation, but I can see how some people might overdo it. I honestly love talkative people cause it takes the pressure off me. The elders who always say respect your elders, but then treat everyone around them like pieces of shit. On that note, the kind of curtain twitcher who stares out of their window for the sole purpose of accosting passers-by about some ridiculous trivial thing. I cycled to the pub with a colleague of mine, and some stroppy old bag watching from her window came out and had a temper tantrum at us for locking up our bikes to a lamppost because it blocked the gap we used to get our trailers to the river. This tiny gap in the hedge being A, not blocked by the bikes, and B, about 30 feet or so from a large gate, designed for just that purpose. Just pipe the duck down, Doris. Why waste the time you've got left on this mortal coil making people's lives marginally worse for having encountered you? I'm leaving strict instructions to my family that if I become like that when I'm old, they're to ship me off to the foulest care home they can find, preferably in Luton. Is Doris the English spelling of Karen? People who try to justify their actions by victimizing themselves. It might be an age thing, but I'll lurk on the relationship/hater/advice subs and the amount of shit people excuse themselves for by using the anxiety, depression etc card is mind-blowing to me. They sometimes just don't seem to recognize that they did anything wrong. They just selfishly want to trudge their own situation. Holy duck, this so much. Anxiety and depression are not excuses to hammer your kid on the first Saturday of the month at Walmart. People that litter. I once read that my state pays something like $15 million a year on cleaning up litter. Like, what in the actual duck? If people just weren't selfish, useless slobs, most of that money could be spent on something so much more important or useful. Instead, we gotta spend $15 million on sweeping up cigarette butts and picking up discarded furniture off the highway median. $15 million honestly doesn't sound like that much. Even if you live in Wyoming or something, it seems like a very good use of that money, and even if it didn't go to littering, it would still probably go towards cleaning. People who are mean or cruel and call it a joke, as if that's their excuse. Are you speaking of Scrodina's Doucher bag? Ick now. The type of people who decide whether their degraded behavior is a joke based on another's reaction. That's the bitch. The kind of people who will literally shame you for liking things that person doesn't like, and then try to force you to like the things they like. Edit. Took some stuff out that I feel like I didn't need to put. I had a girlfriend like that. She'd shame me for liking video games, animation, rap, going on long pointless drives, craft cocktails, craft beer, and on. If it wasn't something she liked, it was stupid and wrong. So glad I'm out of that relationship. Going on long pointless drives is my hobby. People who fall for and propagate MLM/pyramid schemes. Nothing will cause me to cut even a good friend completely out of my life faster than them trying to push an MLM on me. Exactly. They are so easy to spot, but also easy to get trapped in. If you're a gullible or easily attached person, I would convince friends to leave it, but it's up to them if they follow advice. The ones that fall for them are almost impossible to convince. They have to figure it out on their own. And it usually ends one of two ways. They either get out before bankrupting themselves, or they don't, and in their listed assets for the bankruptcy they have multiple rooms full of product that they couldn't move. People who always talk shit about other people when the people they are talking shit about aren't around. You can be sure they also talked shit about you to other people. And 99% of the time it's made up rumors. This is why I talk shit directly to their face. Or better, Andy, Bob is an asshole. Bob comes along. Andy, hi. Bob, my best friend. You, hey Bob. Andy says you're an asshole. Are you an asshole? Bob, an episode or two of that can nip it in the bud permanently. Really? You're doing Andy a long-term favor. Child abusers. I know firsthand how shitty it is growing up with one. Oh, I'm so sorry you had to deal with that. Without having gone through it, I wouldn't be me. People that think their point of view in something is the only one that is correct. Additionally, people who think their point of view in something is normal and get mad when people don't view it the same way. Just like the people who support conspiracy theories and get mad if someone shows them proof of the opposite. Those who say sorry for shitty behavior but continue the shitty behavior they apologized for. Only if it's disingenuous. Which I guess we can't know for sure if it is or not. But change takes time. If they show no real remorse or do it way too much without at least trying to correct themselves, then yeah lol. People who use the phrase "I'm just an honest person" as an excuse to say whatever they want. It's pathetic to see an adult who never developed a filter. Do you ever notice they never seem to feel the need to be honest about anything nice? Yeah. It's really just an excuse to be an asshole. Hypocrites. People who appropriate mental illnesses to sound quirky and unique. I'm not impressed by your made up repertoire. So many people are guilty of this. Feeling an emotion is not mental illness. I burned my toast this morning. I have depression. My gas light came on while I was driving to work. I have anxiety. It finally stopped raining. I feel so manic. Oh. Lem just straighten this photo on the wall. Sorry, I'm so OCD. Inconsiderate people who are unaware of themselves and their impact on others. A little secret, they're not unaware. They know exactly what they are doing. Fair. They either don't know or don't care, but either way they drive me nuts. People who litter/make messes in public places and don't clean them up. Those useless duckers that are rude and thoughtless online or over texts. But when they see you in person they are literally dripping sugar and honey trying to suck up to you and pretend you like them. Duck them. So trolls? You know trolls in real life lol. People who treat their servers like trash. You can tell a lot about a person and their character by how they treat servers. To expand. This also applies to other customer service representatives/careers in hospitality. I'm still running server 2003 on mine. You bastard. The ones that don't love animals and want to hurt them because it's fun. In my case it is not a matter of not respect. Hurting animals is one of the very few things in the world that makes me wanna go full violent on the perpetrator. That's why I'd probably never be a good superhero. If I had powers I wouldn't be able to stop myself from doing bad shit to those types of people. People who double down instead of admitting they are wrong. Close-minded or arrogant people. I got through high school without reading any of the books. / close-minded and arrogant people. People that annoy you on purpose. Oh my god. My stepmom encourages my younger stepbrother to annoy me. This is why I have zero respect for her. But I still have to suck up to her. People who contradict everything they say and can't have a decent open conversation without getting angry. There are so many of them. People who expect you to respect them while doing nothing to earn it. Closed-mindedness. And those who do nothing to improve themselves or think the only growth you can do is physical. Dad. People who feel the need to belittle others to feel better about themselves. Which includes those who feel the need to belittle other races and cultures to feel better about this. And those who feel the need to belittle others who enjoy certain entertainment media that they find sublime, be it music, games, even social media platform, just to feel better about their tastes in media. Finally, someone put it in words. Dumb ducking twats that endanger other people's lives and complete avoid the consequences to their actions and actually get away with it. This answer hits different in 2020. People who take advantage of vulnerable people. Scamming elderly people. / vulnerable. I mean, Many of the elderly are venerable, meaning wise. But I think he did mean vulnerable. People who lie and deny it, even if you catch them in the act. Also people who disrespect the needs of other humans. The open mouth closed mind people. So many PPL on the far right/left are like this and it drives me insane. This is a really nuanced one. But you may run into these types if you ever make your way up a corporate ladder. It's the types that always have their own agenda and is all they care about. The sociopath types that are genuine/nice. But they are only nice and playing a part because it benefits them and their job. It's really hard to pick out. But my current boss is exactly like this. He just says things that are pretty much scripted and he's always trying to say things and do things that posture himself over you or other people in the office. It's so subtle but very real. Everything he says feels like it means something else. Or when he gives praise it's also condescending at the same time. And whenever you call them out, they very easily deny it because they obviously meant it the other way. You might be able to pick one of these people out if they are so far gone in the corporate machine that any shred of who they actually are is left behind when they hop in the car from Monday to Friday. All you know about their personality is that they're a hard ass and completely dedicated to moving up and furthering their career. These people are scary and dangerous. And is part of the reason why I'm changing careers and getting the duck out of this. Because I've met way too many people like this. But I will say that learning to work with someone like this has been the best experience I've had and has forced me to develop breathing and mindfulness techniques to learn to deal with his mind games and general shitty behavior. What are you supposed to do in a corporate setting? Bleed your heart and soul out into your job and then get used and dumped when they see no use for you? Those places are built for monsters to succeed and no one else. Well, you can find a nice quiet plateau where you are useful enough to keep around but not threatening enough to squash and just collect easy money for doing very little. Let the monsters climb the mountain to the peak and be happy to just be comfortable halfway up. People who tout their religion while being ghastly in their own lives. Yes, you can be religious without being a bitch and telling people they'll go to hell. Holy shit. Vegans who make their pets go vegan. Vegans who make their carnivorous pets go vegan. Fixed it. Skylar, my vegan cat, doesn't eat meat. He's a vegan. Strictly veggies and nuts for Skylar. He gets all his nutrients that way. See? If cats can do it and overcome millions and millions of years of evolution, going against their natural instinct, you can too. The vegan diet for Skylar has been great for his coat. He's shed and lost all of that yucky carnivore fur, and he's going to grow back some healthy vegan fur in a couple of weeks or so. He's lost a ton of weight. He looks great. You can see his six-pack now. People don't know this, but cats have abs. They just get too fat eating meat, so it becomes hard to see their muscles. Look how lean Skylar is. It's also been great for his temperament. He used to be full of energy, climbing on things, attacking things, killing things. I know. Skylar wouldn't hurt a fly. It's hard to believe, but he wasn't always like this. We had to have an intervention about his murderous rage. It's really what started the whole vegan diet. But now he's so chill. He doesn't chase after bugs or birds anymore. He just kind of lays around with me all day watching YouTube videos from the lefty vlogosphere and helping manage my Tumblr of erotic Lion King fanfiction. He loves Simba and a huge fan of Donald Glover, so he is super excited about the new live-action Lion King movie. 2 days later. You may have noticed that I haven't been updating my Lion King blog, and that's because my beloved cat of 2 months, Skylar the vegan cat, passed away 2 days ago. Then I attempted suicide by drinking a whole bottle of Pepto-Bismol, but then I got hungry and ate a pile by myself and then napped for 13 hours. I don't think I can go on with this blog anymore. People who don't pick up their dog's shits. People who don't pick up their dog's shits in public places. I don't care if you leave your dog minds in your own yard. In fact, that's probably why your grass is so green. But if it leaves a mine in a park, then scoop it up. Entitled people. People who want respect and think they can get away with anything just because they're older than me. Parents. Karens. Backstabbers. Users. People who use other people for their own benefits. And cheaters. Users. Every guy agrees with you. I once knew a guy who fought for the users. Anti-vaxxers and anti-sciencers. People who litter. The one who wants to legalize pedophilia or try to insert themselves into LGBTQ+ communities. Nope, we don't want the P in there. Thank you very much. Edit. I'm not saying that pedophilia shouldn't be treated / get adequate psychological support so they don't become perps. That's very important. It just isn't a preference that should be normalized. Yeah, that's exactly it. They think if they get into LGBTQ they will be legal. People who think that their own opinions are facts. People who make everything about themselves, always making everything a competition. Anyone who mocks somebody for a failed attempt. Especially people who laugh at others that are trying to learn a language or have an accent. Old people that always blame everything on millennials. Everything. I'm the only millennial in a workplace full of boomers. And my customer base is boomers too. I feel this on a deep spiritual level. When their personality is just shit talking about others. People who put on a persona of being tough and straightforward. The kind who are like, if I have something to say I'll say it to your face, but they never do. Those people are the snakiest and most cowardly bunch you will ever meet. 1. Professional victims. 2. People that can't take responsibility for their own actions. 3. People that blame others for their own problems. 4. People that are clueless to others. 5. Hypocritical to the maximum. 6. Holier than thou types. People who are cruel to animals. Racist. Pedophiles. And the Kardashian family. Arson. Murder and jaywalking. Liars. That stupid cretin in the mirror. People who are rude to staff, whether it be restaurants, hotels, or anything else that requires customer service. There's protocol for just about everything, and there's no reason to treat a person like ass for doing their job. The kind of people who don't accept that other people's opinions might be different from theirs. Rude people. Narcissists. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.